On today's show, we're going to make a honey garlic chicken.
Mouth-watering family recipes, easy-to-make meals, humor and faith fill the inspiring show Dano on the Counter. Born with only half a spine, Dano Burkhardt was never supposed to be able to hold his head up. Despite countless surgeries, a stroke, leg amputations, and kidney transplants, Dano developed a contagious love for life. Join Dano as he shares his easy-to-make dishes and the hope that keeps him pushing forward.
For the honey garlic chicken, you're going to need 4 boneless, skinless chicken breasts, 2/3 cup of honey, 1/4 cup of chicken broth, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and red pepper flakes. Hey y'all, we're headed over to grab our groceries here, and just want to, a little Dano talk. It's something that we use a minute here just to kind of talk about current events, what's going on in my life, what's going on in the world, and all I can say is the world is crazy right now. I don't know what is going on, but there is just too much going on, too much news, too much information, too much stuff. I know it's the media, there's this controversy about all these conspiracy theories and all these things going on in the world, but the best advice I can give to anybody is to you just got to tune it all out and focus, on your family and your loved ones and your day-to-day life. You can't save the whole world. You can't worry about what's going on in the world and in other places and things like that. Yes, we can pray for situations and do what we can to help others, of course, but don't let that give you anxiety and worry. We have to trust that God is going to take care of those things. These are all part of His plan. We believe that God has a plan in our lives, and He has a plan for everybody's life as well. And that's so important to remember that, when you see traumatic things or horrible things going on in the world, that, this is part of God's plan too. I mean, it's just not the way He obviously intended it, the way He wanted it to go, but the way that it is going. And we just need to turn to Him, seek Him out, trust Him that all things are going to work out into His plan and to His glory in the end. And we can do as followers is just, pray for the situation and pray for others. So my encouragement to you today is just focus on what you can do in your family and what your day-to-day life is. Tune out the other stuff, tune out the other garbage, put your phone down for a little while and focus, have a nice sit-down dinner, maybe enjoy one of these meals that we're going to cook today, and just talk about what's going on in each other's lives. And we used to do that as a family every night, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock every night. We'd sit and talk about what was going on in our lives. And my parents were great listeners and great encouragers always to help us get through those things that were going on in our lives. So I just encourage you guys to do that. Take the time for yourself, take the time for your family. But that's all I got for now. So we'll just head to the store here, we'll grab our groceries, and then we'll head back to the house, start cooking. All right, on today's show, we're gonna make a honey sweet garlic chicken. And of course, to do that, we need the chicken. We're gonna use boneless, skinless chicken breasts. We're gonna butterfly these, and we're gonna par roast them in the oven for a little bit. Then we're gonna make that sweet sauce to go on top of it, and then we're gonna finish it in the oven. So we're gonna need about 3 chicken breasts here. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna butterfly them, cut them down in half, and then pound them out a little bit. Make them all even so they cook evenly in the oven. So we'll grab these, throw them in the cart, then we'll grab our ingredients for our sauce. So to add our sauce to our honey and sweet and sour chicken, we need some soy sauce here, just a couple tablespoons of this. I always go with low sodium just because I'm not a big fan of all the salt. So we'll get some soy sauce, we'll grab some honey, and then we'll add some garlic and some red pepper flake to that as well. So we'll grab this, and then we'll grab our honey and a couple other spices, and we'll be ready to go. Have our sweet and garlic sauce. We're gonna need some honey, of course. We're gonna need about 2/3 of a cup of this as well. So we'll grab the big bear here of honey here, and we'll mix this with our soy sauce and our garlic, and we'll put it on our chicken. Should be awesome. All right, to have our sweet garlic chicken, of course, we need to have some garlic, of course, to put in there. So we're gonna use about 2 cloves or about two tablespoons of garlic. So we'll grab this minced already. Don't mess with buying a clove, all that. This is much easier, ready to go. So throw this in the cart. Our last thing we need is just some red pepper flakes, but fortunately we have those already at home. So we have our chicken, our honey, our soy sauce, our garlic, and then our red pepper flakes. So we're just gonna combine all those, make that sauce for our chicken, and we don't really need anything else from the store, so we'll check out here, and we'll head to the house and start cooking.
For generations, Dick's Home Care has been providing the best equipment and service for patient care at home. Breathe easier with oxygen from Dick's Home Care. Oxygen concentrators give you a continuous oxygen supply at home. Oxygen cylinders supply oxygen without power. And portable oxygen frees you to go. Dick's Home Care technicians will set your oxygen up and make sure you know how to use it. Call the leader in home medical equipment, Dick's Home Care.
Made by Vogel is a father and son business that produces high-quality handmade wooden products such as cutting boards, bowls, bottle stoppers, and more. Products for sale can be found on their Etsy site or in downtown Altoona at the Clay Cup. You can't go wrong buying from Made by Vogel.
Hey y'all, welcome into the kitchen today. Today we're gonna make a honey baked garlic chicken. And this is one of those quick and easy recipes. Takes about 20 minutes to cook off in the oven. We're gonna serve this on some white rice. Optional here. You don't have to serve it with any carbohydrate if you don't want to. You could put this over some vegetables if you'd like, or steam up some zucchini or something like that. That would be great with this as well. Even have it on a salad. That would be good as well. Any way that you want to eat this, but we're just going to prepare that chicken for you today. So we have 2 chicken breasts, and we're just going to cut these in half here, run along the line here. Try to be a good gauge of where we are in the middle. Looks pretty good. They don't have to be perfect, but you kind of want them somewhat uniform just because you want them to cook evenly. That's the most important part, is the cooking process. You don't want half your chicken cooked and the other half uncooked. Break this off here. And then just to thin these out, the thicker part of that chicken, we're just gonna pound that out a little bit just so it's even. Make a little noise. Ask, get the neighbors talking, wonder what's going on. Sunday morning. What's going on over at Dano's? Pounding chicken. All right. Get that one, just pound it out a little bit more. Looks pretty good. So we're just gonna throw these in a casserole dish. Just kind of line them up. Try to get them so they're not snugged too much together. Give them a little bit of room. They're gonna cook up anyways. So we're gonna par bake these for about 10-15 minutes at 425. And as these are baking off, we're gonna make our sauce. Now, I told you we're gonna make our rice with this, so we have some water boiling here. I'm just gonna add our rice to that. It's 2-to-1 when you're cooking rice, so it's 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water. You stir that in, bring that up to a boil, and then we'll let that simmer for about 20 minutes. We're doing not instant rice here, we're doing the old school long grain rice. So that's gonna take about 20 minutes to cook. As you can see, it's almost boiling already, so we'll turn that down and let that cook for 20. Let this go for 10, and then we'll come back here and we'll make our sauce and we'll put it all together. All right, so we have our chicken in our oven. We're gonna par bake that for about 10 minutes at 425. We have our rice going for 20 minutes in simmering boiling water, and now we're gonna put our sauce together. So we have 2/3 cup of honey, and this is gonna be all that sugar. Like I said about saving those carbohydrates from the rice, well, you're gonna make up for it right here with all this honey. This is obviously straight glucose, so we got lots of sugar in there, but it's gonna be delicious. And then to add to that, we're gonna add some garlic, a couple of tablespoons of that, or 2 cloves. Then we have a little bit of apple cider vinegar, just about a tablespoon. We have some soy sauce, about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And then finally we have some cornstarch, just about a tablespoon of cornstarch. That's going to be our thickening agent for this. We're just going to whisk all this together. All right, so then we have our garlic, our soy, our vinegar, that sweet and sour taste, you know, that everybody likes. Then we have our cornstarch, that it's going to be our thickening agent. And then I'm going to add about a 2/3 cup of chicken stock. That looks good. Make sure that honey's good and whisked in there. You can kind of feel it sticking to the bottom there. That vinegar is going to break all that up there. You know, something about Asian foods and chicken and garlic, they're just amazing flavors when they all come together. I know going to like a sesame chicken at like Panda Express or something like that, or going to a local Chinese restaurant and getting something like this. Honey chicken is just a phenomenal meal, and here you can really make it at home in probably less than 20 minutes. I mean, just about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, I guess, with your cooking time. And I think this would be awesome on like a Caesar salad even. You know, if you want something quick, you want a different flavor, you're tired of barbecue chicken, you're tired of just the regular pan-fried chicken, this would be a nice little sauce that you could whip up and put on there. I would even put this on steak. You could do this, a garlic honey steak would be good. Just got to make sure you get your timings right with the beef. You don't want to overcook that honey, because that honey will burn eventually and it'll make that hard black crust on your chicken, and you don't want that on your chicken. Nobody's gonna come back for dinner if you do that. So we have that. We have our rice going here. Our sauce is made, and our chicken is par baking. That should be about another minute or two. We're gonna pull that out of the oven. We're gonna put our sauce on it, and then we'll cook that for another 10 to 12 minutes. That internal temperature you're looking for is about 165 for that chicken. It should cook up pretty quick though, because we have, you know, that small half of chicken breast that we pounded out pretty thin. So should cook up pretty quick, and we'll just keep an eye on that with the sauce, just to make sure we don't burn it. So we'll pull that out, we'll put it all together, and then we'll put it back in the oven. Perfect. All right, so we pulled our chicken out of the oven here. We par baked that for about 10 minutes at 425. We have our rice, it's almost done, has about 10 more minutes on that as well. We have our sauce here, that we have our soy sauce and our honey and our chicken stock and garlic and cornstarch in that. And I'm just gonna pour this over our chicken. And that's really gonna thicken up as we heat that. I'm just gonna lift each one of these up and just kind of turn it in the sauce itself, just so it all gets covered. And then we're gonna put this back in the oven for about 10-15 minutes, something like that, till we get about 165. They're almost done. I can see that already, but we want to make sure the inside's done as well. We don't want anybody getting sick eating raw chicken. So we'll put this back in the oven, and then we'll put it all together here. When we come back, we're gonna head over to the studio for a little inspirational message. We'll be right back.
For generations, Dick's Home Care has been providing the best equipment and service for patient care at home. Disabled? Lead an active life with a wheelchair from Dick's Home Care. Your wheelchair will be properly fitted to you for your comfort. Choose from Dick's full line of mobility products, including manual wheelchairs, custom manual, power wheelchairs, and scooters for both adults and children. Call the leader in home medical equipment, Dick's Home Care.
Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. There is power inside of you because of the presence of God in you. And when you become a broken pot in the hands of a living God, you will be a weapon of power. The problem is we don't want to be broken. Isn't it amazing sometimes how we will get saved, be saved, and then the things that become king of our heart undermine the salvation that God gave us. Faith is not you getting God on your side. It is you getting on God's side. Let no unwholesome word come out of your mouth or off your fingertips. Woo-hoo. If you can't speak it, don't type it. We need to testify less about us and more about him. Your testimony out of your mouth should always point to him and what he does. It's time to grow up in your faith, believe the promises of God, and stop trying to bribe him for what he already wants to do. Your value is not determined by where you are in life right now. Your label cannot keep you from Jesus. It should drive you to Jesus. They may have birthed you, but they didn't create you. How many times have you heard this? Make him Lord of your life. You can't make him Lord of your life. You cannot make him Lord. He already is Lord. God never intended you to live on a bridge. There are times and seasons in your life that are a bridge from A to C, and we make a home on a bridge and we wonder why it went bad. The greatest thing you can do for your sense of value is pick up the Word of God. You don't need another book. You don't need some other author tell you, I'm not against books, I'm not against authors, but the Word of God is medicine unto your soul. You need to remember your redemption so you move forward. Sometimes we got to go backwards in order to go forward.
I want to encourage you to join us every Sunday here on ABC at 5 a.m. and 12 p.m. You can also catch the archive of our messages by visiting transformationchurch.org. Transformation Church. It's who we are. It's what we do.
Hey, y'all. Welcome into the studio today. Today, I want to talk to you a little bit about family. And, we all have a family. We all have parents and, siblings, of course, that make up our family. But, we can't choose our family. We're all born into one, we can all have different things that we can relate to each other about our families. And one thing is, I just spent a week with my family, my extended family, all my aunts and uncles. And unfortunately, it was due to a funeral. But, we all came together and we were sharing stories and talking about different things and talking about how, some arguments and disagreements that happened years ago, but now we can kind of laugh about them and everybody's kind of moved past them. When you're going through those tough times or those family moments where you think, I don't want to talk to this person, or I don't want to deal with this person anymore. They did something wrong to me, or they upset me. You can be stuck in that bitterness for a very long time, even years sometimes. Not necessarily in my family in particular, but I know other families that haven't talked to their family members for years, and they kind of just disown them, And what a shame, what a sad thing, because life is so short. I have that perspective. Obviously, coming back from a funeral, you have somebody who passed away that is very young and their whole life ahead of them, and here this, that the life is gone. It's a permanent thing, of course, and you're just trying to move past that, and you're going through all these memories of what their life was like, and the things and the fun times and the memories you share with that person, and everybody comes together and getting along, and you look back and you're like, why were this person upset with this person, or why was this aunt not talking to this aunt, or this cousin not talking to this cousin? But here we all are together, getting along and everything like that, and it's just a shame that we let those little things weigh us down and really cause those heartaches in relationships and so much just in families. I mean, that is really what we have. If you don't have your family and you don't have those relationships, even your friendships and your coworkers and things like that, I'm going to tell you right now, they can let you down. you think you really have some close friends, but then if you go through a tough time, even when I went through my transplant and I, couldn't do things that I used to do and travel and see everybody, you really have only your family left. You look back and, you think, oh, I'm not feeling well, or I'm sick, or I'm not going to be able to hang out. But, people are going to show up at my door, or they're going to, call me all the time and check in on me. Well, it's very rare that you actually really have that connection that somebody's actually going to do that. Now, I'm not saying that I didn't have some friends that did occasionally check in with me and things like that, or what have you, but I'm just telling you that your family is the core of those relationships. And my encouragement to you today is just to not let those little things in life that happen, something that upsets you, something you hear, a gossip, or somebody disappoints you. Don't let that build up and ruin a relationship. Life is definitely too short. I know that people hold grudges for a long time, and I'm telling you, it's not worth it. You're going to be one day without that person. You're going to wonder why you didn't forgive them, or have that simple conversation that you don't even have to ask for forgiveness or say sorry. Just look past it, get over it, and just talk to that person, reach out to them, invite them to things. Sometimes they may not reciprocate and they don't want anything to do with you, and that's fine, and you really can't do anything about that. But my point is that when it's all said and done, and we get to the end of our life, and you're sitting there, or you have a need that you're, like I say, you're always one doctor's appointment away from going through a really tough time in your life, or we're driving down the highway and something might happen or whatever. We're all just seconds or moments away from something really serious happening in our lives. But I don't want those little things that are easily you can get over to burden you or to disrupt those relationships. Because, like I said, when it all comes down to it, your family is what you have. That's really what you can rely on. Of course, we have our faith, and where God is not going to leave us, and He's always there for us. Of course, we know that. But sometimes people don't have that faith. They don't have where they can rely on somebody like that. But we always do have our family, and maybe you're that person that's still that person did something wrong to you, and you haven't forgave them yet. Well, maybe you need to offer some forgiveness. Maybe you did them wrong, and you need to apologize for something. Hey, let's all be adults, right? Let's all understand that we all make mistakes, and let's move past those things. Don't let them weigh on you. Don't let them be a burden in your life, a stumbling block to how you treat others. Can't we all get along type feeling, But my point is that I just want you to not regret when you're at a funeral or you're together with family that, hey, this person might be gone now. We didn't settle things, or if somebody doesn't come to the funeral or whatever, somebody's not going to come hang around anymore because something was said or something happened years ago or recently that you just can't get over. It's a hard thing to do. I'm not saying it's easy, but I just want to encourage you to look past them, forgive them, ask for forgiveness, go out and lend a hand, communicate, talk to people, talk it out. We're all human. We all make mistakes. And that's really what I want to see, and that's what I hope to do and strive for in my life. Is that if I've done something wrong to somebody, I hope they will reach out to me and let me know that yes, Dan, you really you shouldn't have done that, or you upset me. Let's talk about it. Let's get past it, because I want to be there for everybody, and I want everybody to be there for me, as we all need those people in our lives. So my encouragement today, the last little tidbit here, is that, if you've done somebody wrong, you need to ask or apologize for something. Please go out and do that today. If somebody you're waiting for them to apologize to you, just reach out to them and say hi and say, don't even bring it up. You don't need the apology. You just say, hey, how are you? What's going on? What have you been up to? Let's meet for coffee, or let's just talk for a couple minutes and build that relationship back up. So you're not sitting there and just wondering what's going on, what they're up to. Reach out, be the bigger person. Do that today. So a little bit of encouragement. I hope you're able to do that today. Take that with you this week. Reach out to that person. Take that encouragement to do that. I'm with you. I'm behind you. I want you to build those relationships back up because, hey, life is too short to hold any grudges. So we have that encouragement today. So now let's head back into the dining room and enjoy some awesome food.
Does tax preparation overwhelm you? Do you want assurance that your taxes are done right? Do you want to ensure that you're getting your maximum refund? Let me tell you about the New Life Worship Center Tax Ministry. This ministry began over 14 years ago, and in their first year, they helped 2 people with their taxes. The second year, they increased to around 100. Since then, they've grown to a 25-member team of volunteers from around the world. The creator of this ministry, Scott Seifer, began tax preparation in the Air Force, and H&R Block equipped him to oversee his thriving ministry. Over the years, they have helped 7,100 people receive a total of more than $10 million in tax refunds, and all that is asked is a $30 minimum donation. We encourage you to take advantage of this ministry opportunity. Contact them at 814-215-1933 for more details.
For generations, Dick's Home Care has been providing the best equipment and service for patient care at home. Disabled? Lead an active life with a wheelchair from Dick's Home Care. Your wheelchair will be properly fitted to you for your comfort. Choose from Dick's full line of mobility products, including manual wheelchairs, custom manual, power wheelchairs, and scooters for both adults and children. Call the leader in home medical equipment, Dick's Home Care.
Impact Productions, a multi-layer technology company providing on-site, online, and in-studio video services. Contact Impact Productions to capture your story.
Hey y'all, welcome to the dining room. Today we're sitting down with Troy and Chow. We got our crew here. We got our honey garlic chicken. We just pulled it out of the oven. Chow nicely plated this all together for us, so we're gonna dive in and let me know what you guys think here. We added that honey and garlic and soy sauce, baked in the oven.
Wow, very good.
Yeah, has that garlic flavor and the sweetness of the honey.
Yeah.
Pretty
With
good.
a little bit of kind of sour taste from the soy sauce. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, this is a good alternate dish for some of the other chicken things that we often have.
The sauce is good just on the rice too. All right, well, hopefully at home you're able to try this as well. As always, thanks so much for watching Dano on the Counter. Thank you for watching each week and watching us online as well. We'll see you next time here on Dano on the Counter.